All right, welcome. We're live. Going to do a brake job here, and let me first set up what I got going on here. I have my car up on jack stands here to do this side, so we're good and safe and everything, so this can't fall down. Plus, I also have my jack as a safety underneath there as well. So we'll get started here, and I'll kind of tell you what I'm doing as I go along. And feel free if you want to post some things in the chat. And I got Katie, my wife here, running the controls in the background. Say hi to you, everybody out in YouTube land.
Hello.
Hopefully you can hear her. She's going to feed me your questions, comments, whatever you want to talk about. Like I said, we don't have to talk about what I'm doing here. This is just something for you to watch while I talk. So I got to get ready. I also have, let's bring her in here. Also, one of my cats decided to make an appearance out here. So you might see her walking around in the background. Hope she doesn't get in the way. She'll probably scamper when they run this to take the wheels off. Yeah, noise is scaring her, but maybe she'll come back out.
She's the helper kitty.
Yeah, normally she likes to be out here while I'm working on things. I'll roll this tire out of the stream here. Okay.
I don't see anybody talking yet.
No, probably won't be getting in here right away, but first things first is what we're doing is, and I'll show you once I get things tore apart here, is we've got to take the caliper and this caliper bracket off to get the rotor off on this particular vehicle. You know, some other vehicles, they you don't need to, there's not this type of bracket. It mounts to a bracket back here that the caliper itself slides on. And so your application may differ, but in general, this is how you do most brake jobs. Anyways, this is kind of the first try at working on something in live streaming. So hopefully this is kind of interesting.
Let us know if the audio or video is laggy at all.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the best internet connection I can and everything, and I'm kind of using an older.
We got our first question.
Oh, okay.
Tom Ritchie asks, Moxon wants to know if those calipers came red from the factory.
No, they're not, and that's the thing. Some people, especially you that'll watch this archive, they'll notice this. These were not. I used caliper paint on there, which is, I don't know. There's kind of jokes around the internet about it. I just kind of like the accent, and obviously it's chipping off a little. I've done this a long time ago. Actually, I did it when I did the brake job first, where this car only had, when I bought it, only had about 40,000 miles, but it sat a long time, and the rotors were pretty rusty. Well, I just kind of cleaned them up, put some cheap old pads on, and ran them till they were done, and well, they're done, so and worn out, so we're going to change them out, obviously. And you see, you don't want, you can't quite see it here, but I have a bungee strap that I am tying the caliper up so it's not hanging from the brake hose. You don't want to do that. And then on this kind of car, most GMs of this vintage have the pads. They just slide out of these little notches. Some of them fit into the caliper. Some of them fit into this bracket here. And so all you got to do is take them off, and we're going to leave them in.
Tom says it's a little laggy, but quite watchable.
Okay, well, yeah, I am noticing my encoding software is lagging just a bit, so maybe it won't be that bad throughout the whole stream, but that's good to know. And these brackets are, these bolts will have a little bit of Loctite on them, and usually you can break them loose, and if all fails, you can use a little bit of heat, but you want to be careful with that because you got rubber and rubber parts around here and of your CV joints and everything, and your ABS connector and bearings and seals. So just use enough heat to sort of get the job done. A shop would use air tools. I'm not going to do that. It makes a lot of it'll make a lot of noise for the stream, but if I wasn't doing this on camera. And honestly, this stream will probably only go, maximum about an hour. Just to save for time. It'll probably only take me about 30 minutes to do what I'm doing here. Total talk time. Also, while you're under here, it's a good idea, or gives you a good chance to check out all your suspension bushings, your struts and shocks, and depending on the vehicle. I'll lay down and do this one. Make it a little easier on myself. But check your output shafts on the transmission. You can check your sway bar end length bushings, ball joint on the lower, or upper and lower if you got A-arms, all that kind of stuff. It's a good opportunity to look all this up. Look everything over. Make sure there's no other parts that you need to grab against and replace at the time. And I forgot, I need a little bit of paint right now. Got any other questions in the chat?
Nope, it's pretty quiet right now.
Surprised the cats aren't back out here.
She's laying across the room watching.
Oh, okay.
She's at a safe distance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just in case I might make some noise.
She's the shop supervisor.
I'm a little corroded and whatnot. There's a steel bolt into aluminum bracket, and then they put Loctite on there. But I got her. It's coming easy. So. Honestly, this for most brake jobs, this will be the hardest part, depending on if these have been apart. Whereas these have not, because these are original rotors. And this is the bracket. I'll show you. These are the pins that the caliper slides on. And actually, I have one I need to work on because it doesn't slide very well. So this one slides well. Get some grease, take care of that. Then you can take the rotor off. And
Why don't you show the camera what it looks like there?
Here we go. I mean, this is the side you see. There's a little bit of a ridge, which is to be expected. But the back side, it didn't wear very well, and you can see evidence of, it's going to be hard to see in the camera, but some hot spots, and then also where the pads sat for so long before I bought the car, because the car had been sitting for years and years and years. And like I said, I just put some dirt cheap pads on and just ran them and figured, oh, it'll clean it up. Well, it kind of did, but you know, that's not the right way to do it. But it's a cheap way to do it from the get-go until you can get around to doing it right. So, let's see, got my bolts, and I'll show you the pads. This would be the inside pad. A little at the wrong. See, there's a little grooving, and it's, you know, we were just getting towards the squealers. They weren't squealing. I don't like to run my brakes that, even though on these, because I was going to replace the rotors. And actually, these day and age, you don't really ever turn rotors much anymore because they come from the factory so thin. But I got my new pads, and these are a ceramic pad. Let's see, a little out of focus here.
Yeah.
Let me, it's amateur hour here, so let me, there we go. Let me get
I say it was in focus.
there we go.
Oh, what's the deal?
Oh, I don't know, you know, encoding software. So there you go. Nice, thick, meaty pads. These are ceramic pads.
Good for stopping.
Exactly. And here's the rotor I'm going to put on, which I'm kind of doing an upgrade. And you might think, what the hell are you putting a slotted and drilled rotor? Well, these were kind of a more on the inexpensive line, but should be an upgrade with the ceramics, because this car, it's a lot of stop and go, heavy duty driving in either traffic and then also mountain driving. And
It's our quote commuter car.
yeah, and you know, going up in the mountains and mountain passes and stuff, brakes get quite hot, and I'm hoping for better cooling, but just maybe a little bit better bite with these pads. You know, overall make the car a little bit safer. And didn't anticipate this. I got to grab the pliers.
You should have told me. I could have grabbed it.
Yeah.
That's usually my job.
Yeah, because those pins a little stuck. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to really hammer on that too much. Oh, there we go. Got it to move. Yep. Okay, got it to move. Well, you know what? Grab a little grease here.
Still pretty quiet in chat, nothing new.
Yeah.
So if you got a question, comment, anything, let us know.
A little bit of grease on that pin. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Slide pretty well. This one won't come out. That's
Hang on, folks, we gotta get there.
Alright.
There we go. His icometer wasn't working.
Nope. Break that one loose.
Busting out the big tools now.
Yeah, you know what I'll.
Might be a little noisy. You're a little out of frame.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see your head.
There we go. Got it to move a little bit. that fixed, so okay. And grease that up here. Alright. Okay. Next step we gotta do is we gotta you won't be able to see this, but we gotta push the caliper back in, and that's easiest done taking the cap off of the reservoir to let the air out. So we can push the caliper puck back in, and there's tools for doing this. Depending on the car, you can actually do it with your hands. You can actually use a C-clamp on some calipers. Just gotta be kind of careful, and you'll just want to put an old used pad in there, and then you can push it in, because you're gonna have to push it in to be able to get your new thick pads on. And sometimes that's why the tool sometimes is better than doing it this way, because the thing is with the C-clamp method that I'm showing here, if it's not going easy, then you're doing something wrong. So make sure you stop, and that usually maybe means you need a rebuild because the piston or pucks are binding in there or something into the calipers. So mine wasn't doing that, so easy. Let's see. Well, you can kind of see the caliper piston. And get my thing here. So we got to put our bracket back on, so that can hold there. And our bracket is bolts ready. Put in there. Doesn't matter really which way you do it, just started in there. And some people like to apply a little bit of Loctite. I don't. I'll go back and torque these to the proper torque, because I don't like Loctite because it makes it harder to take apart when you need to do it again. And I plan on having this car a long time, so I'm the one driving it. It's my, my choice.
Your daily driver, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of the beater car, I guess. Maybe you could say, even though.
Grocery getter.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to call it a beater because it's actually in a really good shape. I mean, yeah, I bought it with 40,000 miles. I think it's got about 60 on now or so. So my cheap pad option, lasted me a little over 20,000 miles. I'd say that's pretty good for, they were $10 set of pads, These, some people will probably, when they see this, probably want to know what these are, or where I got these. These are from Max Brakes. They're a company out of Canada, so they're North American made, not Chinese made. And those are really tight for now. I'll back to the torque wrench after we're done. But they didn't pay me for this or anything. This isn't a sponsored stream or nothing. But they, like I said, they were an inexpensive upgrade, so that's kind of why we're using them. All right, put my new pads in. You want to make sure you put them in just as the other ones come out, because they're really identical, but the squealers are generally on the inside. Some pads are different, but note that. These also have the shims already installed, and sometimes you may want to put a little bit of lubrication on the, if you get some squealing, or I shouldn't say squealing, but some a little bit of brake noise could be. Maybe you need to put a little of that lubricant on there. I never do, and I've never had any troubles. But certain brakes, sometimes you can have that. You can have a little trouble with that. And we're gonna put our other bolts back in. Be about wrapped up here, actually, pretty quick. Tighten these up. I lubricated those so well. I need to. There's actually flats there, so I can hold those. The brake pins that they slide on. Just tighten it up real quick. And I'll get the torque wrench on these later. Tighten them up a little evenly here. And alright. We're
Just about done.
yeah. That was it. I mean, I had little things kind of set up already as far as getting the car up on jack stands and safe and everything. But yeah, there we go. I mean, all I gotta do is put the wheel back on, and we're ready to go. But really, that's all there is to it. Doing a simple brake job when you don't have any other problems. Like, for example, the caliper was leaking or the brake hose was leaking. Then you'd have to get into rebuilding this, brake hoses, and take those off. Anytime you break the system, you're going to have to bleed it, and that, depending on if you have the one-man tool or not, it can be a two-man job. And like I said, it depends on if you have other things that you need to get done in here. But you know what? I might live stream, because these struts and everything, well, they're not leaking. They are, probably past their age, mileage and usage and everything. So maybe that might be another live stream, is doing that. Is showing how those kind of come out. Because getting these bolts out are a little bit of a pain. I don't know, I'll have to think about that, because there's a lot of manual labor and just time watching me do hammer these out to pull these, because these are splined in there. But leave a comment in there if you on this video if you'd like to see me do that sometime in the future on this. But I'm gonna kind of just do a visual on some other things here. Tie rod ends, the rubbers and things here, which are all in real good shape. And I've replaced, or no, I haven't replaced the sway bar end link rubbers, which they're in good shape, but I should probably do all those. But my CV boots are in great shape. I always check those anytime I have the wheels off. Well, all the stuff under here anytime I have the wheels off, which is twice a year, because I put snow tires on this and then rotate around. So I check those out. And the back wheels of this car, or the rear, have drums. These don't have the disc brake. Well, this could have disc brakes. It doesn't have the disc brake option on there. And so maybe I'll do a stream on doing the brake drums, because they're a little bit different. A lot more involved, actually, I should say. They're not that hard, but it's like they're a lot more involved than this. Had 4 bolts that I had to do, especially because I was placing the rotor there. But some cars, it's just 2 bolts, and this came out. Some of them, the pads just come out the top of the caliper, depending on the design. You only have to take it apart to get your brakes out. But yeah, it's that's it. I mean, honestly, I kind of thought, given we're doing this live and everything with the stream and whatnot, I guess I kind of thought maybe I would this would take a lot longer. But I don't know how much time did we?
We're about 24 minutes.
Okay,
in.
well, I was.
So not even a half hour.
Yeah, I guess I thought it would take about a half hour, all inclusive here. I mean, like I said, it would have taken longer if I had to set up the jacks and all that stuff on stream, but I didn't. That's kind of.
It makes a lot of noise.
Yeah, a lot of noise, but since we're just kind kind of messing around here, why don't you check the stream stats and let's just see how many people we got. Go to the main YouTube page there. Nope. Next one.
Good.
Let's see how many is actively watching. Scroll down a little bit. Sorry, people. Keep scrolling.
Amateur running.
Okay,
controls here.
Where is it? There's the amp. You know, I'm still learning this live stream stuff. And I'll tell you what, I'm sweating pretty good because it's 95 degrees outside.
Now it says bad.
Okay. Well, go to the analytics. There you go. See?
Over here.
No. Manage.
There.
Yeah, there you go. What do we got?
2 viewers.
2 viewers right now. Woohoo!
Thank
You
you
know,
for the
I had a
attitude.
bet. You know, like I said, this might not be the best time for everybody watching, but I don't know. I guess.
Leave us a time like when you think it works best for
Yeah,
you
I'm still trying to
shoot
figure
you
out
in.
what's the best time to live stream with. What time of day and even day of the week is good for everybody. So, you know, I don't see any reason to just keep rolling here. We're all done. I'm just going to, like I said, get my torque wrench out, torque that up, and then put the wheel back on. And I got to go in and bed these in and everything. But bed them in, kind of break them in, and there's a whole procedure which is in the instructions. So whatever brakes you get, regardless of brand, you kind of want to follow the bedding in process. Each one's a little bit different for the different pad types, so there's not really a universal way to do it. So, all right, well, I'm going to call this done. And like I said, for people watching the archive, leave a comment down and let me know what you'd like to see again in the future and what you'd like to see live stream.
And maybe what time works best.
And what time works best. I tried to ask people on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and I don't ever get much response. I guess I don't know if people catch those status updates. So, all right. Well, I think
Put your
I'm
timer
gonna.
back on and
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna call this done. So, all right. Well, like me on Facebook, check out my Twitter, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.